whatever goes on within individual human beings is also what is played out on a grand scale by all human beings. And when we believe so desperately in all these points of view, like time and place, time and location, cause and effect, when we really believe that's all there is and that those are laws that cannot be changed, then that's all we see. But we don't see what is beyond causation. We don't see what is timeless. It's only in getting to know that aspect of ourselves that is forever timeless and beyond causation that we can definitively conclude that the solution to our problems, whether they're individual or global, lies therein. This is so important for us as a species right now. It's incredibly important for us as individuals. So at least as individuals, we can find within ourselves two things, not only complete mental freedom. So we can find complete mental freedom from everything that appears that seems to be inside ourselves. We can, from this moment on, have complete freedom from all that appears within ourselves, all points of view that appear. At least we can do that. We can also possibly gather together as a human species, getting to know itself as that which is beyond causation, beyond identity with a personal body, and get to know ourselves in a whole new way. So this is also possible. But at the very least, we could say the worst case scenario would be that just some of us would realize that. The best case scenario would be that many people would realize that, and that the tide of the human species, its devastation of each other and its devastation of the globe, the planet, could be reversed. So, it really is up to us. It's up to each one of us. We've burned out the possibility of finding worthwhile solutions based on these laws that are really quite outdated and limiting. When we get to know the awareness that is at the basis of everything, we get to know that which doesn't depend on anything. So it doesn't depend on the body. It doesn't depend on any points of view about the body, like birth, life, and death. Awareness is the source, the only source of the labels of birth, life, and death. And it's the only source of the states associated with that birth, life, and death, waking, dreaming, and sleeping. Awareness is forever blended with all these states. However, awareness is beyond all labels. All labels, no matter what they are, have no independent nature. So if we believe we're limited to the body, we believe that when we die, awareness goes. That's the end of awareness. But awareness isn't dependent on any of this. Awareness is that is aware of being born. Awareness is that is aware of living. And awareness is that which is aware of dying. But awareness is not limited by or dependent on any of these descriptions. It depends on no description whatsoever. Nothing that appears within awareness has a nature independent of awareness or has ever existed elsewhere than awareness. Nothing at all can be found within awareness other than itself. And awareness, at death, it does not die. In being at birth, it is not born. So anything that occurs during the interim, that too is awareness, unborn awareness. Nothing, no matter what appears, has an independent nature. Nothing whatsoever can ever be found to exist in its own right. This is very important for us to know and understand. Awareness is not dependent on any concept, label, or point of view whatsoever. So awareness is, no matter whether the label is or not, whether the sun is or burns itself out in 20 million years or not, awareness is. Timeless awareness is. Whether the earth is or not, awareness is. Whether the air is or not, awareness is. Whether space is, the space that's measured by the extent of a surface is or is not, awareness is. We've learned very primitive beliefs and assumptions about awareness and where it's located. Most of us in this room have learned during our lifetime that awareness is located in and generated by the body. But this is just really a superstition. The proof of it can't be found anywhere, so why continue to believe in it? Awareness is indivisible from everything that is. And awareness is dependent on nothing. It includes everything, all universes, all worlds, anything that can be conceived of or perceived, and even the inconceivable and that which can't be perceived. So no matter what it is, it depends on awareness. Awareness doesn't depend on any of it. So this is a correct understanding about who we are as human beings. To persist in such limiting beliefs about who we are destines our species to extinction. Period. So this is just the way it is. If we continue on this course, then we'll continue on a course where we feel controlled by what appears. Now, a great example of this is population control. No matter how many forms of population control the human species has been able to manifest, we've been unable to control the population. And it spirals out of control. There are increasing numbers of people. And with that, there are increasing numbers of people who need food and clean water. And with the increasing numbers, there's less food and less water. So we have only 15% of the people in the world who have clean water to drink on a daily basis and have food to eat. So the population control, birth control pills, IUDs, condoms, just say no, none of these things. China's policy of limiting the number of births per capita and all of these things, has it ever worked? No, it just leads to more. Why? Because we love to have sex with each other. And no one seems to be able to get beyond this point of view of the biological urge. So nothing can control it. We can't find any point of view that can control another point of view. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, this is a very powerful example because it's only in awareness and being able to relax as awareness and examine the simplicity of what occurs that this very powerful sensation that comes up within us called sexual desire that can be so much fun, or it can be hideous too, as in a population spiraling out of control. That this within us, within awareness and understanding that this intense biological urge has no independent nature, that we can just rest as awareness, that's the ultimate form of birth control. Then we're beyond seeing sexual desire as some kind of thing that's in control of us, which is a totally absurd, limiting, and superstitious notion. It is so primitive that it really defies belief that we would continue on this perilous course of just allowing ourselves pell-mell to do whatever we want. So you see, if we want birth control, and if we want to affect our species in a positive way, we have to know who we are first of all. And if we continue to think that we're just at the whim of things that have been described as biological urges or sexual urges, and that they're a reason to behave in a certain way, then, that'll just be the way it is. But, it's incredible within ourselves to rest as awareness and get to know all these points of view as they're specific to us. There's nothing wrong with any of them, whether it's sexual desire or anything else. They're all just labels. They're forever empty awareness. They're vivid appearances of forever empty awareness. But if we take them to be something, they will be. And I'm sure everyone in this room can relate to what I'm saying. When we rest as awareness, we have a choice about what we do in life. We no longer feel like we're controlled by all our points of view. When we rest as awareness, we are beyond that. We're beyond this whole system of cause and effect that has been elaborated as a conventional belief. So it's very, very powerful to get to know ourselves in these ways. And I've used sexual desire as an example because I've never met anyone without sexual desire. Well, I did meet someone once, but, it's very likely that at some point that point of view will come up, so to speak. It is amazing. Now, I'm sitting here, I'm a human being, so I'm not talking as a philosopher. I'm talking about my own experience. And the Buddha was mentioned. Now, this was the Buddha's primary teaching. He said, my primary teaching is not based on a philosophy. He said, my primary teaching is based on my own experience. And he told everyone he met, he said, don't listen to my philosophy. Test it in your own experience. So this is what I'm telling you too. This is what I found to be true. This is what I found to be the true nature of existence. The true nature of existence that is dependent on no point of view. If we continue to believe in all our points of view that we have, then we just choose to go on that course. But all the while, we not only have complete mental freedom, but beyond the point of view of mental freedom is the clear light of wisdom, the clear light of wisdom that is of benefit to the whole. So this is what we need so much in our human species. Now, there are, and we need it for all beings because we're the ones who have jeopardized everything and everyone through this helter-skelter, pell-mell existence of points of view. We have so many philosophies and descriptions, so many books written about the unmanifest or the manifest or this, that, or the other thing. But, in philosophy, there is nothing unless in our own experience we can examine the manifest and we can examine the unmanifest and see that they are not two, that both, no matter what they are, awareness never holds to either. It doesn't hold to the unmanifest. It doesn't hold to the manifest either. It doesn't hold to things exist, and it doesn't hold to things that don't exist. The clear light of wisdom is beyond all descriptions, all labels, all characteristics, all identities, anything that has ever been attempted to be made into a substance never has been. It never has been. So whether we call it material or matter, and we examine matter, today we can do this in very advanced ways. We can examine anything, ourselves or anything else that appears. We can examine it in a linear accelerator and find that it's nothing but space. And if everything is comprised of space, then where is awareness? Awareness is equal to space. It's never been limited to anything else. And when I talk about space, I don't mean the extent of a surface or what we look out there and we see as space, but that which everything is subsumed in. Everything is included and contained in this greater category.